Hi Aquarius, this is your general reading for May 2018. A little bit late with these, so apologies for that. Rather a lot going on. Now I'm changing it up this month because I bought myself a pack of Rider-Waite. So what I'm going to be doing is the normal 3-card Major Arcana reading, and I'll then be pulling one from the Swords, one from the Wands, one from the Cups and one from the Pentacles to flesh things out a little bit, as it were. So, one last shuffle. No, one last shuffle. One last cut. Oh, God. One last cut. And let's see what we get for you. Okay, the Tower in reverse. Judgment and Temperance. Wow. Hokey doke. Aquarius. Well, the disaster that was averted, the disaster that never happened, the disaster that has happened already. Okay. I mean, when cards are in the reverse, for me, it can mean one of three things. It can either mean it's something that has happened in the past, but that is still playing out in the present, or it can mean the absence of the energy embodied in the card, or it can mean the opposite of the energy embodied in the card. And with the Tower in reverse, so there's already three things to choose from. Usually I tend to go for numbers 2 and 3, the absence or the opposite of what's embodied in the card. But because the Tower is so kind of dramatic, it's things falling apart, but not through any action of your own. I mean, the people who built this tower can't be held responsible for the fact that it's been hit by lightning. Yeah, it's an act of God. It's a force majeure. So when that's in the reverse, does that mean everything's fine? Or does it mean it's something that's already happened? Anyway, let's have a look at what else is on the table here and see if I can make some sense of that. So the middle card here in this 3-card reading represents the veil, that which is obscuring your vision. And the third card, the final card, represents things as they really are. So things as you see them, things as they really are, and the fulcrum or blockage or veil point in the middle. Always the most interesting element. So, things as they really are. We have Temperance here, which is wonderful. And what a contrast. I mean, upright or in the reverse, what a contrast. From the Tower, here we have acts of God, things coming out of the blue and basically smashing everything to pieces. And here we have this utterly self-contained self-control. And self-control and sort of calmness to the point of defying the laws of physics, as the Angel of Temperance here is clearly doing with the liquid. I mean, how does she do that? It shouldn't be happening, should it? But it is. There she is, pouring it at that extraordinary angle from one vessel to the other. We can't see whether it's going up or going down. I mean, normally you'd think it would be going down, but at that angle, it might as well be going up. So this wonderful self-contained calmness. And in the middle here, okay, what I'm getting from this is that basically you thought all was lost. And I think perhaps something has happened, Aquarius. Something has happened that has seriously upset your equilibrium. But it's already happened. So in this instance, in this reading, I see this disaster as having occurred in the past. But oh man, this is a beautiful reading. There's renewal here, but you can't see it yet. You don't see it. I think you're so focused on feeling smashed up by whatever this was. And perhaps there's a feeling of, things are never going to be the same again. Everything that you've built, everything you've tried to do has come crashing down, and you just feel wrecked. But I think by the end of the month, if you're able to see that things can start again, this is the second to last card. This is the point, the Judgment card, number 20. This is the point where you've been through the whole of the tarot cycle, the Oracle of Change. You've been through the whole of it. And you've had all the stuff happen. You've taken all the choices. You've had all the choices taken out of your hands. Death has come. The Hanged Man has come. All of that has come. Even this has come. This quiet point of not suspension, but this point of quietude, this point of rest in the middle of the cycle. Well, 2/3 through the cycle. All of this has come. And the second to last card, Judgment, where the karmic build-up has got to the point where, in order to break through to the end, everything has to be called into question, which it is here in the Judgment card. But not called into question as in sort of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What's happening? No. Called into question as in, okay, reread. It has to be reread here. Everything that you've been through in the cycle has to be put down in front and seen as a whole and judged for what it is before you can break through that point and get to the world, the fulfillment card, the last card of the major arcana. So that's not what's happening here. You're not getting to the world, but what you are getting to is a place of self-contained peace. But in order to access that, because it is clearly there for you, it's necessary to I don't know, perhaps suspend judgment. I've got to say, because this is here in the veil. This is what's obscuring your vision. So, yeah, the feeling I'm getting from this is that, you've been through the wars somewhat and you are feeling battered. And you feel like you need to review everything, go over everything, pick through the wreckage of everything, re-examine everything. But I think, okay, I'm going to call this, like, take a break, Aquarius, take a break. This is not necessary. And this sense of needing to go over and over and over and re-examine everything and reread and reassess everything is actually not necessary. And it's, yeah, I get a sense that, that there's a kind of post-traumatic thing going on here where you can't actually relax and just say, well, actually, things are not as bad as they seem. And, it's totally understandable after an event like this. But basically, you don't need to pick holes in yourself, because this came out of the blue. It's the lightning coming out of heaven. It wasn't your fault, whatever it was. So it's not for you to sort of control the next phase of things post this disaster by picking and picking and picking and picking away at what you did, what you said, what you could have done differently. All of this, no, it's not for you to do that. That is a way of trying to control things. But the very nature of this is that it is out of your control, like proper job out of your control. It's one of the really few cards, well, this and I guess the Death card, where things are really proper job out of your control. And this one even more so than the Death card, I would say. Because, you know, anyone can build up a tower like this and have it smashed down in one go. That just happens sometimes. It's just one of those things. And you can't make sure something like that never happens again and rewrite it as something that was within your control by going over and over and over how you could have acted differently. You know, if you're out playing golf and you get struck by lightning, you know, it ain't your fault that you were out playing golf. It's just one of them bloody things. Okay, that to me is absolutely clear. Like, take a break. Take a break from this and access this beautiful quietude, this point at which the exhalation has stopped and there's a little moment of peace. And then the inhalation starts and there's a moment of peace. Exhalation happens, moment of peace. Inhalation, moment of peace. You get the picture. Right, I'm going to go straight on to the swords. Okay, again, look, 8 of Swords. Man, what a hard time you're giving yourself over this. You're giving yourself a really hard time over this, and it's unnecessary. You're gaslighting yourself about all this. Look, there's a gap in the swords, and the rope is loose. One shake and the rope is off. Hands free, blindfold off. Suddenly see gap in the swords. It's not a prison. It's just a bunch of swords with a bloody great gap. You can walk free anytime you want. Give yourselves a shake. Okay, King of Wands. Yeah, beautiful. Really, really echoing the Temperance card here. If things are much more solid than you think they are, than you fear they are, and then you're kind of allowing yourself to know that they are. Things are much more solid. And, you know, in worldly terms, there's... Yeah, and again, what a contrast with the Tower. I mean, his tower ain't fallen down. I mean, okay, it fell down. Shit happens. Yeah, man. Look behind you. 2 cups upright. Lift your head and turn around. Crack on, Aquarius. Just crack on. All right? You know, there's 6 made, 1 waiting to go up on display, and the 8th one in the process of being made. Things are far, far less dreadful than you think they are. Take some time out, seriously, and stop trying to rewrite shit happening as something that you did wrong. You know, it's an ironic thing. Sometimes blaming ourselves for things that just went wrong is a way of trying to pretend to ourselves that there is no random element in life. There is a random element in life. It's not all about us. You know, sometimes things just go wrong and there's nothing to be done about it. And you can lessen the horrible impact of things going wrong by, you know, it's that serenity prayer thing. You know, give me the courage to change the things I can, the strength to change, to accept the things I can't change, and the wisdom to see the difference. And there's your wisdom in the Temperance card. It wasn't your fault. I'm going to leave it there. Please like, please share, please subscribe, leave a comment if that would please you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Cheers, Aquarius. Bye-bye.